The GR Corolla has just been unleashed in America, giving our US brothers a hot hatch option since, well, they don't really get the GR Yaris over there. Here in the Philippines, we also get a Corolla that has received the GR treatment. However, guys, it's not really the fire-breathing GR Corolla that they get in the US, but rather something a little bit tamer. You see, what we have here is the Toyota Corolla Altis GR-Sport. And in this video, we get to find out what it has to offer. Let's do this. Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to another car feature. If you're new to my channel, I want you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Filipino automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. But first, click that like button. Also, special thanks to Toyota Valenzuela for providing the Toyota Corolla Altis GR-Sport to do this car feature. If you are within the area and you need any Toyota, head on down here and check them out. For any inquiries, you may also contact the person in my pinned comment below. See guys, it was just a matter of time, but it has finally arrived. After the Vios, the Hilux, the Fortuner, the Corolla Cross, we now have the GR-Sport version of the Corolla Altis right here. Now, in case you guys are unaware, the GR-Sport trim is an aesthetic package developed by Gazoo Racing to make these ordinary Toyota models look a little bit sportier. Now, there are no mechanical upgrades done here, but guys, this Corolla Altis GR-Sport is still one tasty looking number. Now, as for the price, this Corolla Altis GR-Sport has a retail price of 1,317,000 Philippine pesos, at least for the white pearl option that we have here. Which is around 90,000 pesos more expensive than the Corolla Altis V trim. Oh yeah, and in case you're wondering, the Altis V trim is no longer available here in the Philippines because this Altis GR-Sport now takes over as the top spec non-hybrid Altis variant here in the Philippines. Now, it's not really an issue, guys, because, well, this Altis GR-Sport is still essentially an Altis V trim that has received some GR bits and goodies. Now, the front grille has received the GR-Sport treatment as well as this front bumper, which now has grown a pair of bulging air inlets here on the side. However, guys, upon careful inspection, you'll notice that these bulging air inlets are just fake vents right here. So, yeah, but you'll have to hand it over to the Altis GR-Sport because these air inlets, these bulging air inlets, actually look pretty good. Now, the good news here, guys, is the center part of this front bumper is all functional. We've got functional air inlets here on the center part to serve air to the radiator. And we also have some functional openings here on the top part. Now, as for the rest of the look of this Altis GR-Sport, well, it's essentially a regular Altis, guys, from the LED DRLs to the LED headlights and down to the LED fog lights. Now, it's an overall good look, guys. And in fact, it looks like a smaller Camry. And you all know how I like the look of the Camry nowadays. The Altis GR-Sport gets some more GR-Sport goodies found here on the side. The power folding side mirrors now receive a blacked out side mirror housing here, and the 17-inch alloy wheels are now in a GR-Sport specific design. However, guys, when you look at the design of these wheels, well, I'm not really too fond of the actual design itself. I feel that Gazoo Racing could have done a much better job. Now, another weird look on this Altis GR-Sport are the door handles. You see, I would have expected to get blacked out door handles or maybe even body color, but no, Toyota decided to retain the chrome plating found on the door handles. Now, if you pair that with the blacked out bits that this Altis GR-Sport gets, well, it's a little bit off, guys. I mean, it just throws me off. Now, the good thing about this Altis GR-Sport is that when it comes to the mechanical bits, well, we get some pretty decent mechanical bits here because the standard Altis gets some pretty good bones to begin with. Now, for braking duties, guys, you see we get four-wheel disc brakes here. And for the suspension, we have a MacPherson setup in the front and a double wishbone at the back. Now, as for the ground clearance of the Altis GR-Sport, well, it's still on the standard side at 140 millimeters, same as the other Altises, if not even a term, Altises in the range, which is on the low and sporty side, guys. But that is just the way I like it. Here at the back, you'll see the only GR-Sport badge that can be seen in the exterior, and it can be found right here on the trunk lid. Now, other than that, guys, any other GR-Sport bits here can be found on the rear bumper because we have a rear skirt here which incorporates what looks like a rear faux diffuser and a pair of reflectors on the side. Now, I would have loved it if Toyota threw in a pair of dual exhaust tips here, which should increase the street cred of this Altis GR-Sport. Now, when you pop open the trunk here, you'll notice we get 470 liters of cargo capacity, which is good enough for a pair of medium-sized luggage. Now, that's not really the largest cargo capacity in the category, but at least the back seats can be folded down in case you need more space. Now, an added bonus here is the spare tire of this Altis GR-Sport is a standard spare tire in the same design that can be found on the wheels on the car. So, yeah, that is always a plus point in my book. Just like the other GR-Sport models that we get here in the country, what we have under the hood remains largely stock. However, guys, I am quite happy to see that we don't get an engine cover here, so we could see the engine in all of its naked glory. Now, this appeals to me just like it will appeal to a lot of Titos of Manila out there. Now, what we have here is a 1.6-liter four-cylinder gasoline motor that pumps out 121 horsepower and 153 Newton meters of torque. Now, all of that power is still sent to the front wheels via a CVT transmission. Now, guys, this is just a showroom feature, so I couldn't really give you the actual real-world fuel economy figures of this thing. Yeah, we'll just have to wait for Toyota Motor Philippines to engage me again and lend me an Altis so that I can give you a proper driving review video. What I like about this Altis GR-Sport is that most of the GR-Sport goodies were done here inside, where, if you think about it, guys, is where it matters the most. Take the seats, for example. We get black perforated leather seats here with some GR monograms on the headrest, and we also have red leather accents as well as contrast red stitching here. Now, the seats also provide a good amount of support in bolstering. It almost feels like a sport bucket seat. Now, the driver's seat gets power adjustment, but the front passenger only has to make do with manual adjustments. Now, the steering wheel is also wrapped in leather, and it gets buttons for, get this, Toyota Safety Sense. You see, this Altis GR-Sport has the full host of Toyota's driver assist aids here, which includes, amongst others, the dynamic radar cruise control, which is Toyota speak for adaptive cruise control, and it also has emergency braking and forward collision alert. Now, you could see all of that on your screen, plus all of the other safety bits in this Altis GR-Sport, which makes the additional 90,000 Philippine pesos over a regular Altis V trim pretty much worth it, guys. Now, another additional value here is the fact that the Altis GR-Sport is the only variant in the local lineup that gets a pair of paddle shifters. And we also have here the steering wheel that adjusts for tilt and telescoping, which is pretty good news for taller drivers than myself. Now, when you take your attention to the instrument gauge cluster of this Altis GR-Sport, you'll notice that it's the same design, color, and layout that can be found in the Altis Hybrid, but instead of getting like an eco and power consumption meter here, well, we just get a regular tachometer. Now, when you move over to the infotainment system, we have here a decently sized 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system that comes standard with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the image of a reverse camera. Now, all the other niceties found here are a fully automatic climate control system. We've got an electronic park brake with an auto hold feature and a couple of cup holders, which I will subject to my clean canteen test. Now, this clean canteen is 600 ml, so let's see if it will pass. Yes, this Altis GR-Sport passes my clean canteen test. Now, as for the cabin materials that Toyota used here, well, the Altis GR-Sport gets a lot of soft touch materials, although it's a combination of plastic and leather. We get some soft touch plastic on the top of the dashboard. We've got some stitched leather on the middle dashboard and on the door cards here. So it's not too plasticky like a Vios or a Wigo, and it's not too plush like what you'd find in a Camry. The cabin of this Altis is a happy middle where it doesn't feel too low that you'd feel sorry for yourself, and it doesn't feel like it's too much that you'd wonder if you paid more than you should for this Altis GR-Sport. The back seat of the Altis GR-Sport is noticeably snugger, especially when you compare it to, let's say, the new Honda Civic. However, guys, I do love the shape of these back seats because they have a good scallop to them. They're almost like semi-sport bucket seats here. Now, having said that, it would be the most ideal to keep the passengers here at the back to a maximum of 2 because of the shape of these seats. Now, a third person will be able to fit in the middle, of course, but for the most ideal scenario, 2 people, that's the best. Now, as for the absolute space here, guys, well, this is my driving position. I'm 5'6", and we get around 6 inches of knee room here, although the headroom is just a scant 3 inches. Now, as for the amenities found here at the back, well, we do get a decent level of amenities. In fact, we get an above average amount of amenities here, mainly because we get 2 rear AC vents here. We have this center armrest with a couple of cup holders, and we also have a sunshade found here on the rear windshield, which is something I didn't expect to see in the Corolla Altis, because that's something that I would expect to see in a Camry, but we do get that here in this Altis GR-Sport. However, we don't get any USB charge ports here, so if only we got that, then this back seat would already be complete. The Corolla Altis GR-Sport may not get that monster 300 horsepower engine that the GR Corolla gets, but it does get an upgrade that makes the additional 90 grand worthwhile. Toyota, safety, sense. And in today's reality of distracted driving, having a robust set of safety features and driver assist aids is even more vital than outright speed and performance. Thanks for watching.